and welcome to IMDB's Worst 100.
Today we're looking at number 76, Boggy Creek 2, The Legend Continues.
Island, ladies and gentlemen.
Something weird just happened, didn't it?
Yeah, I felt a bit misplaced for a minute.
Yeah. Something feels gimmicky. What is it?
Boggy Creek 2, a piece of shit. Let's go.
I don't like this at all. That could be a mad goat.
Come on then, lay down the plot.
All that juicy plot.
Yeah, lay down this bad boy. Let's put this to sleep.
There's a man called Dr. Lockhart, who's played by an actor called Charles Pierce, I think. And he stars in this. He also wrote and directed it. So a bit of a vanity project.
I really like it when you have someone that writes, directs, stars, and also casts their son in the main role. Well, one of the main roles. And what's his son called? Charles Pierce Jr. So
Chuck.
he is a one, just Charles Pierce is the only credit, pretty much.
He and some students of his go off to look for this Boggy Creek creature because there'd been some sightings of it of recent and they want to track it down.
He's basically Bigfoot, isn't it?
Yeah. So they drive off to this swamps or something and...
Bog?
A bog, oh yeah. They set themselves out in this bog and then they sort of go through these past incidences in a series of flashbacks.
That's pretty good, Tim. In fact, I'd say that that's pretty close to what it actually looks like.
Let me see.
There's a bit where this rabid dog appears and they try and kill it.
Mad dog! Mad dog!
Mad dog.
Mad goat!
Then the girls go off in the Jeep and it gets stuck in the mud and then they see the creature and then they manage to get back and with no harm.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Leslie, there he is!
And then...
That was good.
Then they go to this, hillbilly's house.
Yeah.
And he's a bit of an ass, if I remember correctly.
You ain't what the revenue boys are, you son? Cause if you are, I'll throw down on you for 9 guards can go to minna.
But he really pulls off a pair of dungarees.
Oh, yeah.
He's half pulled them off.
Yeah.
That's how much he's pulling them off. Eh?
Uh-huh.
And it turns out that the hillbilly guy is storing a mini Bigfoot in one of his rooms. And that's why the other Bigfoot's been lurking about recently, because they're a bit pissed that their child's disappeared.
Okay. Is mini Bigfoot, is that the technical term? Is that what they're called?
I looked it up,
Mini Bigfoot. not like mini foot.
No, mini Bigfoot.
Mini Bigfoot. Yeah, okay, cool. Just checking.
So Bigfoot comes to the house that they're staying in and they return the child. In a voiceover, Mr. Lockhart tells us...
Dr. Lockhart.
He tells us that he's not going to tell anyone about what he's seen.
I just felt for some special reason what I saw and what I now know I wanted to keep to myself. It wasn't really a matter of whether anyone would believe me or not. I guess you could say it was a matter of keeping him a mystery.
Which is a lie, because obviously he's been narrating this whole thing to us.
Yeah, some bullshit.
So he's literally told us.
Did you find anything remotely interesting whilst watching this?
That's kind of the killer question, really, isn't it? Emma gets to go first with the questions, so obviously, bam, I've got to think of something interesting that happened. I don't know what this says about the filmmaker, but the two most interesting things that happen in the film both involve killing an animal. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
First of all, we've got the opening scene, which is probably I'd say one of the best scenes in the film.
Yeah.
Not that that's saying much. Let's just be clear here. It's nothing special, but it is better than everything else, pretty much. That's the first scene, fine. But then where it goes from there is just a load of people talking, and I thought, that's weird. Why would you introduce the film with this sort of like quite exciting intro, but then immediately get it bogged down in boring conversation?
Yeah.
But then obviously realised that the whole film was just boring conversation, and it was actually the first bit was the odd bit out, not the conversation.
Yeah.
And then the second bit, which was kind of good, that also involved animal cruelty, was when, they kill that dog. Like, that's definitely the bit where they get the most scared.
Yeah.
It's the most dramatic scene. And it is them being absolutely terrified of a dog. It's not the highest of stakes, is it? They had 2 guns. There was 4 of them. And they were in a house.
Man, no, that dog was vicious. I'd have been scared of that as well.
Yeah, but I mean, like, scared in like a normal way. Like, oh, I went for a walk and there was an aggressive dog. That was a bit scary. But this is supposed to be like a horror film or something, isn't it? Or
I don't know
least...
if it's meant to be a horror film, though. I don't know.
Okay, maybe not a horror film per se, but in a film, you'd expect the stakes to be a little more dramatic than, ooh, a scary dog.
Yeah.
Which we're quite capable of dealing with, seeing as we have a rifle and a pistol. Would those be the bits that you'd pick out?
Yeah, I'd say the bit with the dog was a highlight. Yeah. I did like the bit where the guy shat himself in the flashback, because you did actually get to see a bit of Bigfoot for a second. And the guy soiled his pants, so
yeah,
that's top quality entertainment.
Yeah, hand me that catalog in there and let me clean myself up.
Gonna take more than the catalog, Oscar.
There wasn't really, I wouldn't say tonally fitting with the rest of the film though, was it? The shitting yourself scene.
I guess they were trying to make a bit of humour in it, but when it got to that point in the film and I was so beyond being able to find anything funny, I think, by then.
But it's literally toilet humour, isn't it? He's in a toilet and he shits himself.
Yeah.
Ba-dum-bum. How and why could you make a script that's so boring?
I don't know, maybe when you're writing a script it seems more interesting than actually when it goes onto the big screen. Especially as I guess it was a very personal project for this guy.
Yeah.
So I guess nowhere along the way someone said to him, oh, you should make this a bit more interesting or anything. Boggy Creek 2 is actually the 3rd instalment of the Boggy Creek series, and
obviously
the guy wrote the other 2, and apparently the second one is really boring, like nothing happens. So I think he's called this Boggy Creek 2 to try and
erase
the
second one.
Yeah. So he's actually included more things in this. But I think it's really a case of he didn't realise it was going to be so boring. And he obviously likes the sound of his own voice because that's all that's fucking in it, isn't it?
That's it. It feels like it's deliberately made to be boring. There isn't a humour, there isn't any point to anything anyone says, nothing happens. Almost every single set piece ends in an anticlimax. No one ever gets hurt by the monster. It's just, why? Why would you want to tell a story which doesn't have anything interesting happen?
Yeah.
Like, what's the reason? What's driving you to tell that story?
We're looking for the Boggy Creek creature.
If you had to pick one of these characters to be stuck on a desert island with, who would you pick and why?
Well, the son, let's sum up his character. He doesn't wear a top. He's got blonde hair.
He likes shorts.
He doesn't like dogs.
Mad dog!
He doesn't like shirts.
It's the only thing that he hates more than dogs is shirts. So I mean, I don't really know anything about him. So I'm going to put him as a maybe.
Yeah.
The two women, one of them's got a perm. They're a bit annoying, to be honest.
I thought they were trying to give them separate personalities, but then I kept getting confused. And I think they just made them into, like, one whiny person into two whiny people.
I definitely wouldn't pick Dr. Lockhart, because he's a smug prick. Like, somehow, you think if you wrote your own character, you'd make him likeable, but he wrote him to be quite smug and condescending, I thought. No, I think it's got to be the Bigfoot.
Yeah. At least he can, like, get meals for you.
Yeah, he can grab deer for you from the river.
He'll leave you alone.
I think it could be quite fun. I could get more hairy.
Keep you warm
live
at
in
night.
the woods.
With a nice cuddle.
Yeah. But he'd be a great spoon, wouldn't he?
Yeah. Oh, I can feel it now.
If you had to give each of the main characters a piece of advice, what advice would you give them?
Okay. Blimey. To the boy, it's okay to wear a shirt.
It's okay to wear a shirt.
You don't need everyone to see what's underneath. You'll get sunburnt. Put a top on. To the man. Invest more time in creating stories that you can tell people of yourself. Stop doing flashbacks of other people. Find some stories to tell others. Yourself.
I came here for laughs, not to learn a profound lesson. No, that was pretty deep. I like that one.
To the girls, you need to stop being friends because you don't get on very well. You're bad influences on each other, and you need to develop your own personalities.
That was pretty fucking good. Okay, now it's time for the tagline competition. This time, should we do like one each, so we kind of go back and forth?
But I only have 4, so...
Oh, I don't think I've got 4 good ones. So the original tagline is, do they really exist? Do they really exist? Brackets, an audience who will like this film.
Ooh.
That's a pretty weak one, but yeah.
It's fine to start with the shit ones.
Yeah, that's what I thought I'd do.
They?
Yeah.
Okay, mine is, they exist, but they do fuck all.
Yeah, I quite like that, actually. Yeah. If you think the truth is boring, then you're probably going to think this film is really realistic.
That's alright. My second one's quite similar to the first. They exist, but might as well not. It's quite similar to my other.
It was quite similar, yeah. But, I mean, it's still good.
Thank you.
Yeah. Primitive North American ape-like creatures search for Bigfoot.
Ooh!
Hey! See what I did there?
I did. Yeah, it was good. Okay. A man, his real-life son, and 2 girls sit around, tell flashback stories, and fail to shoot a dog.
Yeah. I mean, technically they do shoot the dog, but it does take a long time.
Alright.
If I was going to pick you up on the minor details. I mean, it is a competition, so... I saved my shittest one for last, so...
Oh dear. Oh, were they the best you had?
Yeah, I know. My last one is just PG-13 Deliverance.
Mm.
Yeah. I don't think you've seen Deliverance, have you? So
No.
it's not going to work for you.
No.
But the Deliverance fans out there, it's killing for them. They're fucking all over this shit.
A man shits himself, and that is the highlight.
That could be just a one-word review of the film.
Yeah, 1 star.
Like, if we were just going to not do a 15-minute video, I would just like you to say that.
Yeah. Let us know again which one you like the best, because last time we did get a mix of who liked what the best.
You got a much better reaction than I did.
Well,
And if anything, I've done worse this time, so...
You can't help
Yeah.
it, you've either got the wits or you haven't, so...
You're giving me smack talk. Go on then. The obligatory mention that this is an MST3K film.
Blah, blah, blah.
Like many of the films on this list. That's why it's in this list. It's not... I mean, I guess it is pretty terrible.
It's shit, but it's annoying it's there because it's boring as well. So.
Yeah.
Fun to talk about though, so I guess we milk the little teat dry.
Yeah, that's what we do. We milk teats. Hey, did you cross off the list without me?
No, I thought you crossed it off.
I didn't cross it off.
Well, who crossed it off then?
Someone's crossed it off.
Fuck?
You sure you didn't cross it off the list?
Yeah. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Leave us a comment, leave us a like, share us around, and get away.
Get away and go away.
I didn't even say that with any conviction. See you next time.
Bye.